to whom I am talking to, sir?
I'm Jayesh, sir.
Mr. Jayesh. Acha, I saw you. You have been organizing this since morning. Huh? All right.
Yes,
That could have been a very tiring task. Kudos to you. Uh,
thank
I,
you, sir.
I must say that you have a lot of patience at the outset. All right. And yes. Richa ma'am. Ma'am is there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Am I visible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are visible and audible, and your screen we can see building team.
Building teams. Aye. All right. Okay. Yeah. Because I'm not able to see how many are there in this as number of people attending,
There are 14 people, including you, sir.
including me and you, me and Richa Balam excluding. Then there are only 11. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So I wanted to have some interactions to before I even start on team building. Is that okay for you, sir? Just few minutes, so that let me have
Yeah,
an
no problem, sir.
let me have an understanding of to whom I'm talking to. Otherwise, you know, I know it is fag end of the day, and almost it's going to be 5 o'clock or 4:30 at least, and people are listening to a lot of tough ones since morning. I know it's on finance, it's on marketing, and then planning. What else? I think they'll say probably people will have feel that entrepreneurship is very tough. I know, but this attending this class is more tougher. Some may have that kind of an apprehension too. Probably yes. Yeah, maybe have some interactions before I really set the tone for this, sir, if you don't mind. Yeah, there, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Mr. Anirudh, could you please open up? Yeah, I could see that you had placed a smiley on your. Yeah. Go ahead, sir. I just want to know what you are and what is that you expect from team building. This is what I'm going to be doing now. How essential is the
Right.
how important teams are in entrepreneurship? Because entrepreneurship is always believed to be something individually should be. We should be very strong to be a good entrepreneur. On my video also, I had set the tone that it is good to be a perfect person in as a competent person should be, but as teams we progress better, correct? So go ahead, sir. Anip sir, could you please unmute and say, could you please allow them to unmute Jayesh sir, if you don't mind, so that we
I
will
have
have
given them access to unmute.
yeah, because I was trying to when madam was completing, but it was a little difficult for me either. Yeah, go ahead. Anirudh sir, you wanted to convey something, please go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. I manage audio issues. So I manage the technical team of a startup. So
Wow.
yeah, building teams I think is something that I have been doing for the last 5 years. So
All
yeah,
right.
so it's
So
interesting.
I think you can also share a lot of thoughts. Only maybe I would present, you could talk even.
Someday. I hope so.
Okay, very nice. Okay. Anyways, all the best for your whatever you are into. Many congratulations
Thank you, sir.
for seeing 5 years of managing people at some place. That's good. Keep it up, sir. Yeah. What are your expectations from this kind of a session? Say, I'm not going to do more than 45 minutes. Let me promise. I already promised Richa Mala ma'am that I would restrict it to 45 minutes only. What do you expect, Anirudh or anyone for that matter? Jayesh, sir, could you please allow them to say? Participants will
Yes,
open
sir.
up.
I've given them
Yeah,
access to unmute.
thank you, sir. Yeah, anyone would like to say something? Shiba Ali, please open up because as entrepreneurs, I believe we should converse a lot.
Sir, this is Shruti.
Yeah,
Yeah, hi.
Shiba. Hi. Yeah.
Hi. I really want to know first, like, when you're starting up something, you don't have much money, right? So to convince others in your first venture, like how you're building, like how you're going to hire the first few people, uh, who you think should be the right person to be uh, hiring for your startup. So I just want to make the initial bootstrapping phase how you are going to build the team. So my expectation is that from this.
Wonderful. I think I may have to add this in my presentation. I have made a note. Okay, let me think through how I can add. Otherwise, I will start my discussion with that only. Right, um, madam. It involves. Shall I answer your question, madam? I think that's a very important question to answer straight away. Shall I?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Anirudh would also be keen to know. I think he was also having a question, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, the first thing, as you said, rightly said, I have a lot of students coming and asking you. Honestly speaking, this is a question which students ask me. Sir, a startup, how do I go and join them? What trust I can have? Like, what is that I have to do? As a homework to be attending the interview as well as to be playing a part of that startup. Are startups trustworthy? Is the question, madam. Right? I hope you are also coming close to that only. Correct? Yes or
Right.
no? Yeah?
Right.
Yes. Yeah, I think this is very important in one aspect. How well we pitch ourselves in the marketplace, how effectively we are conveying that we are dependable holds the key. I hope you would agree with me. See, our abilities to really communicate this, particularly in all possible medias, particularly social media handles holds the key here. I see a lot of students as well as youngsters coming and asking, sir, I immediately check their LinkedIn profile. I see that they this. I hope you get my answer, right? So we should be very strongly pitching ourselves in all the SM handles, social media handles, to make ourselves visible with our whatever existing performance, number one. And we should also have a clear cut goal identified, and we should be able to say it across straight, make it available also. Our vision, our dream, and our roadmap, if these things are very clearly displayed or probably made understood, and if there is a healthy opportunity for you to have some kind of a con call or interaction with those so-called aspirants to be playing a part in your team, make it attempt it in such a way that you almost convince them with their abilities to convey the message that yes, I have the so-called financial. Yes, it's very difficult. Financials, or everyone may not have all the required financials to really get going very strongly to at the start phase. Obviously, we need to have a roadmap. That doesn't stop us to think, right? Yes. So we need to have a very clear idea on our vision, a roadmap, and our actionable items. So what is that our process we have as plans? Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we can mention that, I think we are really making that kind of an impact. This should be the same message available on LinkedIn, same message in any other handles, as well as if you are pitching a kind of a video also, even in LinkedIn, if there is a link or any other media, if you are making that impact, please consistently convey the same message. I think that is where another, I get a lot of feedback from job seekers that, sir, in one place they have mentioned that they are having this kind of a plan, even products as well as services, and some other place they have mentioned that their product is something else. So I'm not having a clarity on what are they going to do. So do you understand now? I'm talking from the job seeker's perspective. I think this should be kept in mind to have absolute clarity and consistency in our communication and a vision, which is well defined, thought through with all those plans, including the processes and the desired outcome, whatever we have as plans. I answered you, Miss Shiba, to start with. Hello.
Yeah. Thanks, Dr. Bala, for nice explanation. But I have another one to add to it. If what is like messaging is one part of it, where we have to pick our ideas and all. But
visible. Yeah.
yeah, initially, like when we are bootstrapping something, currently, like the tech people have much salary expectation, right? So probably as a bootstrapper, we can't give that. So how we can hire like the people initially, like
I think let me tell you my experiences with those, because I was working in some big universities and I have
uh,
seen my students starting up, particularly in tech areas. What they do, I'll tell you, whether it is feasible, you look into that, madam. And you ask a question in interviews, am I right?
right, right. I'm just asking. Yeah.
Yes. So interviews, most of them ask this particular question, and I have seen my students telling the same thing. So we are here to make money together, not for myself. This is the language they say that works wonderful. So what they say is, let's work, let's incentivate, and let's earn. Together, let's try to explore more. This is my brainchild. My startup is my idea. Process. This is what the process is. Let's the probably take the benefits as a team. If we can convey this message directly with a plan, for instance, you say this is the fixed and this is actually, if you say that fixed and variable, people will have lots of confusion. They say that only performance based incentives you are working on. So that what is the guarantee that I will get? You say that if you have faith, we will work for this is my plan. If you have this kind of a work input, definitely I'm sure of getting this kind of output. If we give that kind of a commitment, I think we would be getting the best of the hands. Not that easy, but of course, we need to be very highly convincing in the kind of interviews which we are conveying. And as I told you, a well-defined statement with the process plan and the roadmap with, what are the expected outcomes, that gives them the utmost clarity. And we may, every possibility, we may get the good, best, at least not the best, good hands at least.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Yeah. I presume that it's time for me to start sharing my screen. I hope is my screen visible to
Hello.
you all, building teams. Yes.
Hello. So I have a doubt. So in case of building a team, how do we keep our team motivated and towards the vision of our brand?
Yes.
And also, how do we retain the talent?
That's a I think that's a question which I think we need to ask the best of the employees like Ambani. If I'm not wrong, please. I have seen. Let me tell you very honestly, the best of the talents. You just saw recently also, right? The best of the talents are always on a hunt. They are always being picked by the best of the people. I mean, best of the employers. It's very tough to say a one-word answer. I know it is very. Probably you may have a lot of faith in asking me that I would be able to give an answer. No, it's actually a different ball game as such. They say that this is what you are currently getting. I think I am not promising that I'll give you Everest or I'll give you the best of the probable whatever you expect. But there are some other ways they try to motivate, as I told you, performance based, or it is another kind. Like they say they link with something else. Maybe out of the revenues what we generate revenue sharing model, something like that. If beyond a point in time, see, you say that 2 years in service you get this kind of a fixed income. Fifth, third to fifth year there will be a revenue generation model, and probably you would be able to get this much of extra amount of money whatever we generate as revenues. 6 to 10 years there is always a possibility to build a partnership with which legally we'll try to see how best we can. I will consult if this has to go through a negotiation, and probably you need to involve your chartered accountant or your accountant or someone who really has the numbers in mind and see how much you can stretch yourself to be parting your profits to retain the best of the talents. I think we need to have this kind of a strategies, to retain them. 0 to 2 years, this is what I can offer you. 2 to 3 years, this is what I can offer. 3 to 5 years, this is the plan, and 5 to 10 years, you become a part. You also be a part of this organization. I mean, in terms of ownership, something like that only today works, madam. And today, even morning, I was reading some paper which was probably dated few days back. And today, a gig has gone big. That's what the title was. Gig economy has become big. So nobody is really getting attracted to one kind of under one roof or one boss. These are the challenges the globe is facing. Obviously, you as investor and working with few resources would have huge task of retaining the best of the talents. I do agree, but we need to have a strategy to retain them. Probably we need to have some. We should be ready to share our profits, and probably we need to generate more revenues so that it works better for both.
Good.
Good questions, madam. Thank you so much for motivating me by asking these kind of questions. Is my uh, slide or the presentation visible on you on your screens to you all?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No. Hello. There's a problem in the connectivity again. Is it now visible?
So your screen is visible, but we can't see your slide.
Wait a minute. Avi, is it okay? No, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now I will not fiddle with that. I will continue with the session, right? Building teams is what I've been given to talk and discuss with you all. Let's see. What I have planned is just to show you some of the probably the what the industry talks and what the experts view as the importance and relevance of building healthy teams and to retain them. Most importantly, as some of you are asking as questions. Uh, Today's world and building healthy teams that appreciate and collaborate synergistically is crucial for particularly entrepreneurship, as that is exactly what you are also actually curious to know. And I also understand most of you are concerned about this also, right? And to start with, I think all of you know what's team. uh, this is what team actually means. There is a formation of team, and then a lot of things happen that is called a storming, and then it settles at some point in time, and then together everyone starts contributing more, and then probably we need to really make little more changes and keep moving so that this curve is continuously happening in our organization. This is what team synergies is all about. And let's see how we can, understand the key aspects of team synergy and how it could contribute to successful collaboration. What is team synergy? I think all of you know. Today, alone, yes, we can perform, but as a team, we can excel. That is what most of us have been probably experiencing in our own world. And understanding team synergy or synergy is something like 1 plus 1 is no more to 1 plus 1 is today they call as 11 or even 111. That is what people are telling today. Team synergy goes beyond just teamwork. Actually speaking, it involves many stakeholders or team players working together towards an outcome which is greater to than the sum. As I told you, it is no more 2 plus 2 is no more 4. It is probably 222. So this is what actually people are talking about team synergy. How to achieve this? Let's see with whether we can achieve that to the optimal levels. That is where the question is. What are the key points? I just wanted to have my own experiences shared again and again. It connects back to my own students as well as my friends who have startups also. They all say that understanding the strength of each player holds the key for this. Actually, effective teamwork is a prerequisite for a synergy, but how do you achieve that? You know, it is something like, if you understand each one's potential, you will be able to, function it like a well-oiled machine. It leads to increased productivity, allowing all fresh ideas. That's what actually we don't do. I've been told that I know this works. This model is the best one, time tested, proven, result bound. So please work on this. Don't really come with your ideas. Don't fiddle with your own ideas for some time. Work on this instruction. If this is the message we use, I think we are definitely not to be blaming them. We have to blame ourselves only. Actually, we should allow a lot of fresh ideas to really pass, or it should be going through entire organization, and that is actually healthy. In fact, they say that that improves cross workspace collaboration. See, I have seen, you also would have seen that someone would say, take one strategy even from the what is the current thing, which is big thing happening in India is IPL. People take examples even from IPL and give quotes. Even yesterday's match or something, day before day's match, or it becomes a management jargon today. So the teams are the members of the teams are so vibrant, and probably we only have to, you know, influence them by allowing them to talk what they want to do and try experimenting in a small dose of what they have as a plan. I think that is where, as stakeholders, probably as investors, some of you may have apprehensions. How do I take this call? It could be a very risky one. So you have to really make them understand that you are taking the risk. You try to experiment. If at all you want to do something, please help us to do that in a small prototype version of it. A test model, a test mode of something that you want to try. Demonstrate that. Let's see how it works. It may be an idea, it may be a business plan, or it may be a process, or it may be a changed approach, a strategy, anything for that matter. Ask them to give a demo and try to make it more. Probably you can sharpen the saw by allowing them to discuss with you. I think as investors, you have the right to really ask them to do that, to ask them to give a demo, and then see how we can improve it. See, if you say what really happens, I'll tell you. To answer your question, also, this actually has a fitment. If someone is taking up some challenge, and because their process, the ownership is 10 times more than what we instruct as a process. That is very important. Any idea which is coming from them, please try to sync with them, try to understand how they can influence the team and allow them to showcase whatever little they can do, and then probably let them be giving that lead, process lead or something like that. That has seen a lot of progress. I must mention that I've seen few of my people, in fact, giving up some companies, and they have taken this kind of an opportunity and you know demonstrated that kind of an output. This are all possible if you really are ready to, as entrepreneurship itself is the other, probably the synonym for that is a risk. So you take one more risk. So that is what I would suggest you to try. Allow fresh ideas, and that really improves the cross workspace collaboration. Honestly speaking, this really works. Ultimate goal for all of us is what? Is to create an ideal working environment where team members can rely on each other. How does it happen? Only if we allow them to really share their thoughts, allow them to prove what they are, and probably improve the ownership of their actions, or probably even strategies. Is it understandable? Is it agreeable? Are you all are you in sync with this idea that giving some kind of a responsibility and ownership makes them more involved? I think that holds the key. Okay. Now moving further, how does it and where does it begin with? Most of the times, we need to tell. You know, as I told you, this is the outcome and this is what our plans are. Bigger picture, the roadmap. We need to really make them understand how we can have them understood about what we intend to build this organization, be it an IT services, or be it food chain or something like that. Tell them what is the business plan, what do you want to really achieve, and talk about what the bigger picture that includes, as I told you, ownership or stakeholders also. Make them involved in such a way that you are just being hired today not as just an employee. You are tomorrow's probably owner of this organization. That can be driven. I think we would have the best of the talents and the contributions. I think that is exactly what I was mentioning the other day also in my pitch, what I was talking about together, each one achieves more. And today, maximum is possible if we can improve or increase the ownership of people. Start looking, that's the first process. Help them to understand what is our vision, the bigger picture. What you really may, what make them understand how each of the member with their potential. This is another homework which I think we need to be continuously doing. Everyone's potential talents beyond whatever they are actually doing for now, we should know how to explore that. It can be through discussions, it can be asking them to work on something else, or probably you can try asking them to come with some new ideas and probably give them some incentive that every idea you get something. So this is where each one of them's potential we come to know as probably business leaders. And their unique talents are going to be our strengths. And coming together with all those things, definitely we would be able to create a masterpiece. That's what synergy is all about. I hope you would agree with me that on this, right? Creating a team synergy, particularly in this aspect, really involves, as I told you, focuses on individual skills and builds a lot of group dynamics when assigning roles. So there is another point which I just thought of sharing now is, it is not that one task is given to one individual and he or she is able to, and we just shift from operation A to operation B. Probably no. You can even make them as teams, smaller teams. If your organization is made up of 16 people also, give them three each one, and give them some, say, three teams of three members even can become a very strong team. And really that works wonders, and probably they allow them to, have healthy competition within the teams. These are the ways I think it works wonders. This I learned from really one of my friend who is having probably a business enterprise since 2000, I should say 2008. He started his business enterprise. Now he is very successful, very much. Of course, I am from Chennai. He is operating, and he is dealing mostly with top class dentist, and he actually takes classes for dentists, though his background is BA economics. What I'm trying to say is that amount of knowledge and wisdom he gained through a lot of interactions, and he has got key players working for him, and he really connects with all those things, and most of them he makes them as stakeholders, not just workers. So that is how he has identified potential talents to be sustaining and contributing and probably growing along with him. And this is where I think we need to identify how can, as I told you, how the task can be assigned to individuals. That really gives the best of the outcomes. For that, continuous assessment has to be done. I think I'm talking like a college teacher now, because continuous assignment is a part, assessment is a part of college curriculum or internal system here. In fact, we should know how to do that. You call it as KRAs, you call it as KPIs, or whatever you call it as. Name is not very important. Process is important. So make them aware that they are supposed to deliver, and this is the process in which they have to work, and everything make it transparent. I think if transparency is maintained, that really brings a lot of synergy. Honestly speaking, half of our organization have a problem in showing what is the process. I don't know how much you would all agree with me, but this is my 37th year. I will tell you, uh, I have 20 years of experience in corporate houses. I have worked to market pharmaceutical products for 20 years. I've worked in senior manager capacity for so many years. I know there are a lot of something are very opaque in organizational structure. This I think we can avoid, but that I can blame them, because the organization's strength was somewhere around 4,200 employees. I was managing a team of 380 people, so obviously the size matters. But when you are an entrepreneur and you are running a business enterprise with handful of people, I think it is absolutely very easy for you to identify and keep a transparent process, so that each one is really getting motivated with the right person. See, that is where we need to be consistent in our actions, and that helps really the group dynamics much better, right? And clear roles and responsibilities and removing uncertainties and streamlining workflows are very, very important. As I told you, assigning roles and giving them the responsibility, probably the ownership also, and also to really keep it very clear without any ambiguity. If our process is very clear, I'm talking about what is the outcome on whatever they achieved as objectives, then probably that will streamline all those workflows and most of the roadblocks are removed by yourself. Most of the times, roadblocks, I can 100% tell, roadblocks are created only by people who really build the roads. We are the blocks. Always. It doesn't happen automatically or someone does not put it. We are people who really create unwanted roadblocks at some point. I'm not telling all the times. And sometimes they are needed or speed breakers are needed. Right? But let's see a little more on this. Creating team synergy calls for what? A win-win approach. As I told you, a portion of that should always be kept in mind that there is something in you to achieve more. Always keep pushing that kind of a message which makes them aligned to create something new for themselves as well as for the organization. Celebrate every achievement, every project milestones and wins. And the way to maintain positive synergy keeps them highly motivated. And of course, this I think all of you would agree with me. Uh, there are companies who celebrate small ones as well as big ones, each and every achievement, as well as they also make it public the things which have not happened positively. That is wrong. I think you will all agree with me. There is always a good old saying, right? If something goes wrong, tell them in private. If things go right, make it as an announcement and celebrate it. This we need to practice consciously. And how many times we have made people as the manager of the week or the employee of the week. I'm talking about weekly appreciations. These are the small things which really help them to that kind of a achievement. You call it as a milestone, right? Wins them a lot of confidence. See, contributions comes not through any other big external influences. I strongly believe that self confidence is one of the key factors in winning. In winning, I would say, right? The way we maintain that in synergy keeps their morale very high. If we recognize whatever little of their efforts and keep them uh, driven by that continuous motivation, some kind of a plan, so that everyone sees that, oh, this week if I achieve this, this is going to be my you know probably rewards for that. So rewards and recognitions are always, we are all human beings. I think all of us would be agreeing with me that all human beings have a fall for all these things. We always fall for this. We don't believe that whatever may be the stature, we always have that kind of a, feel that, oh, I did so much, why I was not rewarded or recognized. Why there is a mail, but there should have been a mail. There is no mention about my contributions. Every time you can't be getting the best of the outcomes. Probably my process was the best one. I think I adapted all the best practices, but still the results were not favoring now. Probably it's only time. So all these things, probably we should make an announcement that this is wonderful. Not all the times we should be appreciating the end results. We should always maintain that process also very important. So we need to really be mindful of a lot of things if we really are to retain, keep performing, and surging ahead with the same team and adding new workforce also. For that, we need to have a lot of plans, as I told you. This also works well to maintain positive synergy. We need to achieve, we need to acknowledge all those milestones, happy milestones. And as I told you, just holding them back. I mean, recognizing unique talents, picking them from the market, or probably retaining them is absolutely in the hands of the entrepreneur. Because today's market is gig market, as I told you. Uh, Morning one walk, evening one walk. That's very much allowed. Moonlighting, nobody talks nowadays. People have become used to that. So you really have to be all of you, I think you would accept or agree with me that recognizing unique talents should be a continuous process, and we should know how to play everyone's strengths and talents and use it, optimize it, leverage each member and excels so that he or she excels, and create that kind of a right culture, team culture. I think this picture is probably you can take a screenshot of this. This really helps you to understand how the culture is to be understood by everyone. Cultivating the right culture. I think I always believe that uh, culture means one company comes to my mind is Tata's. I'm sorry if someone has a bitter experience with Tata's also. But by and large, I have seen that organization culture is very important, and uh, probably Ratan Tata ji also continues to hold that legacy, and even I think next generation also is doing the same. See, we always have to maintain that kind of a team culture so that everyone speaks the same language, everyone follows the same ethics and same values. Value chain, that's what people say, is very important today to influence the team dynamics. Cultivating the right team culture is very important and crucial. A great culture encourages team members to bring the best in themselves to contribute to the work or bring to the table. Actually, that really motivates them, right? And foster for an environment where each one contributes better by collaborating. And one more point is, I'm sorry, yeah, one more point is this picture also is this I took from different sources. That's why I'm not able to give the source. But I would say that this is a wonderful picture which I kept enjoying reading this for almost, you won't believe, 20 minutes. I was going through this picture. How how all these factors like independence and interdependence, flexibility and stability are all playing vital important roles in building all the other components like purpose, caring, order, safety, authority, and results and enjoyment. So, and it of course continuous learning. So if we have this kind of thing, just imagine. Let me give you an example. Like if there is a scope for continuous learning, people will enjoy and the outcomes would be better. And if you empower people with a little more authority, that gives them the job security and safety. And probably it helps them to really have a better order in terms of contributions. And probably the care for each other improves them. And obviously that serves the purpose. Look at things from a different ways also. You can go clockwise, you can go anti-clockwise, you can think with your own examples. This picture is wonderful. So I wanted all of you to try giving you your be a good storyteller. Probably use this picture, build your own story. That actually I think that can be an answer for you to be hiring your talents also, as well as to retaining your talents also. All of you, please become a good storyteller. That's my request. Try to really be more conversational, probably more collaborative, rather than today. I hope you won't mind me if I use this word bossing. Today, bossing doesn't work. If someone tries to do that, people immediately reject or refuse, or probably they won't even say without mentioning or without informing people in a different way they react. They leave, right? So let's see how much we can really collaborate and build a better culture so that this framework is probably understood better and try to implement it in your own workspace, in your own style, right? And so far, I think I have not referred to any books, only pictures I have taken from different sources. Many books are there to talk about team building, and there are a lot of successful, hot selling books also on team building. But the fact remains that as entrepreneurs, those wisdom is good, but you are the person who is really working you are in the probably you are in the pitch or you are in the ground. You know how to handle that kind of situation. That's why I'm not really recommending any books. Please try experimenting. Um, Towards the end, I'll say a few more statements. Uh, I have few more slides. Let me complete that. Aligning our vision and goals and ensuring our team is well aligned with the goals are very, very important because we, as I told you, we need to be consistent and make everyone aligned with the team goals. Because team dynamics and alignment are interrelated. If alignment is not there, but the team is synergized, I think the results will not be for us. Probably someone would get the benefit. Let's see how important, that's the reason it is very important to really make our uh, people aligned. Let's all work for the common goal, and everyone should be working towards a common purpose. And as I told you some time back, also I was mentioning, I thought it is worth repeating. That's why this slide is coming again. We definitely have to recognize potential contributions, celebrate, acknowledge, little, even the smallest milestone also. Let's see how to practice this and celebrating. We are the people, really we need to create it as if it is a outcome of everyone's effort. In that process, even the person who has not really contributed also get motivated, and he or she would think that I would stand a chance to be the 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 next week person, like something like that. We can make it happen. And probably I understood that, I was given to understand by Richa ma'am that it is mostly women also would be there. That's the reason I have just focused on little more on giving importance to we make change, work for women. This picture had taken from some very good source. Actually, everyone makes it happening, particularly if each, I know what kind of what to say, like ripple effect it can create if a person is charged and motivated. um, Both the genders, I would say, but women really feel really proud if people are praised in public. I've seen that, honestly speaking, right? That really um, holds the key. So let's see how we can do it consistently. And almost coming to the end of my presentation, things always to be remembered are everything can and will change, and everything is a learning experience. Uh, and as the slide says, allow yourself to have some fun, maybe in the workspace, maybe with the people also, right? um, the others negativity definitely is not to be bothered, and we always have to overcome the challenges and set our own objectives. Not getting what we want is can be a blessing all the times, because we keep trying. If we get it for the first time, probably we may not be probably prepared fully to even receive the outcomes of our what our efforts. Let's see how we can consistently be trying different ways to reach that objective. Being kind, of course, to ourselves is very, very important, because don't punish. Many times I have seen, some. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I think that was by mistake or by design, I don't know. And there is always and always and always something to be thankful for. And with that, let's understand that let the journey be as important as the destination, right? Many a times we always think the destination or the end outcomes are very important. No, let's break it down to smaller components, and the process is also given importance, and each of the process achievement is also recognized as a happy milestone, right? And yeah, this I just wanted to open this for a discussion. This is point of view. Imagine examples of team synergy. If someone is there, I think you have better examples also here. I would just skip this slide because you guys are better than most of probably the examples you would have seen in real time also. Each one's contribution in a setup like a software team, how to synergize by combining their expertise, which will really give better outcomes. And the second example, marketing team, just allow all those people to contribute, come to a common point and discuss, and then probably try attempting in a smaller, as I told you, a smaller version or a miniature or a test mode, and then try to make it big. These are the small examples I think you can keep trying so that uh, everyone is motivated. Actually, I always believe that synergy comes with the, the drive, the enthusiasm one has. each one's enthusiasm is very important. That really comes out as synergy. And this picture is also worthy mentioning here. What are the roles an entrepreneur plays? Actually, it's multiple roles. You all are already playing all these roles. I know, right? Keep trying to achieve more. As I told you, entrepreneurs working together, each one contributing their unique skills, can bring you guys as startups more than actually whatever you individually were doing. And with that note, appreciating and synergizing efforts are very, very important. I keep mentioning it again and again. If you agree, appreciating and synergizing your team members, that fosters positive outcomes and drives entrepreneur success. And as I told you, we need to have a very, very what to say, documented process of identifying our own smart goals as well as our stakeholders or whomsoever we hire or the people who work for us, their goals also. That goal should be specific, measurable, and achievable or attainable, and very relevant for whatever we are all working for. And everything should be with a timeline assigned to that. And assigning roles, doing a smart analysis, make your job easier, and you are distributing the responsibilities, right? That's the key. So please be consistent in maintaining this smart role assignment. And with that note, one more point I just wanted to add to that: clarity prevents confusion and enhances collaboration. This is a point which I read it in a book a few days back. Actually, many a times there's a chaos in organization because lack of clarity, direction not coming from the right source, and many people giving many directions. That really is a problem. So let us have the process flow clearly defined, and each one given the smart goal, then probably we would achieve them. And this is exactly what is the situation now. We have faith and trust in each one of us. I think we can break all the records. That note, get ready to be amazed. Thank you very much. Good luck for your work and our work also. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Richard. Thank you, team. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having this session. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm ready to take any questions. Upfront, I had some questions. Now also, I'm ready. If at all you want to fire any, I'm ready. Go ahead. I will withdraw my presentation. Any questions? Anyone has? Hello. Yes, sir. Any questions people are enabled to ask? I mean, they're
Yes,
free
sir,
to
they
ask.
have the access to the mic.
Ah, yes. 2 minutes. Richa ma'am, can I have 2 minutes? Just if at all there is any question.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, I think how to attract right talent. I think we discussed about what are the measures to keep them motivated and aligned with the vision of the company. I think consistently giving them the right direction and making it transparent and helping them to understand their own potential and giving them something. Always people will be motivated if you are making them do something beyond what their potential is, and incentivizing or rewarding for that. That works wonder. That's what my friends have taught me. In fact, I am not an entrepreneur, but I have seen a lot of entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, and they have given me a lot of insights like this. So to answer the question how to attract the right talent is make your process very transparent and tell them that these are the key takeaways and benefits you would get. Of course, there is a risk, but the rewards and recognition what you would get is fabulous. Make them come with ideas also, even the best of the ideas. In fact, I remember one of the awards I got in one of my previous employees was in those days Casio wristwatch, the digital one. I'm talking about 30 years back. That was a great recognition for me. What is that I gave? Ideas. So marketing plans and ideas they had asked and I had given. So all these small things makes your people feel proud, and they almost they take ownership of their actions. I hope I have answered this question also. I don't know who Mr. NS is, but Miss or Miss NS. This is what my answer is for your question. Any question? Any other questions? Sabu or anyone else? Veena, Anirudhji, any questions, sir?
Hi, sir. One question. My name This is Mansi here.
Mansi.
I just wanted to get correct. I wanted to know that, if we are hiring someone, if we, are you aware of any platforms or mediums through which we can do it? Because sometimes it's not always possible to get through reference. But if we want to hire at say CXO level, then which is the best medium to look for?
Uh, I'll try to answer your question. First, let me understand the question. You are looking for hiring platforms, or is that the question is?
No. I want to hire people,
Okay.
but at a higher level. Obviously, it's a bootstrapped company, so I cannot go to MBA colleges,
Yeah,
that way. So, which is the best medium in that case for us to look out for someone?
I think there are a lot of players in the market who really do a lot of work for giving internship. They are the best. Internshala, for example, I'll give you one company called Internshala. It is, it has, I think it was started by an IIT Madras fellow. I mean, a chap from IIT Madras started this. They are actually very good in giving you a pool of talents also. And they really don't go for B schools, and they also work for B schools, and they start with. In fact, my daughter who was in the second year of BA English Literature, she did a wonderful project, and still she is happy to have done that project. See, these people allow students to go try doing something during their internship. You have these are the best resources for you to really get good talents. If you approach them, those actually I gave you one name is intern challenge. Likewise, a lot of players who are in the market, they can give you the information or the database of full of talents which are available. And you may not be going for the best of the B schools or MBA, but at least you will have very good BCom and BBA students, and these already have been experimented and tried and tested, and their results are also known to these the players like Internshala. They can really give you good hands. Probably you give a try, madam. If you want, I'll give you their details also through Richa ma'am or any other
No,
ways.
no, thank you so much. I had already tried Internshala, but they were a lot of, you get hundreds of applicants, and most of them were still in college. So that's why I couldn't go ahead. But I've not
One
tried
more,
in last 2 years. So
one
maybe
more,
it's changed.
one more I can say is there is one IIM jobs. The name itself is
Okay.
nothing to do with IIM. Okay, don't worry about it.
Okay.
It is called as IIM jobs. In fact, there I have seen a lot of jobs being posted. These are all indicators. See, probably one more. I think the missing element in most of the job, whatever you are creating, is you don't spell the nature of the job, and job description and job specification and job functions are not given that clarity, and there is no drive for the job seekers to really approach us. This is one, I would say, one gray area. You need to
Okay.
read a lot of job postings and see how jobs are being advertised or posted in job portals. Then you would be able to get the right talents, madam. This is another fact. I gave you the examples of IIM jobs, and
Right.
you can see how they are posting their jobs. What are the JDs? JDs are actually the keys for people to get attracted. If our JDs are well defined, job functions are given very nicely, and then job specifications are also given, probably the talents would start looking at us and reach out to us.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's a good point because especially with companies without a well-known brand, this will make a big difference to attract. Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Very kind of you. Thanks for the wonderful opportunity to reach out to you all and try to share whatever thoughts I had about this team and team dynamics and synergy. Thank you all. Thank you, Risha ma'am. Thank you, Jayesh sir. And
Thank you, sir.
thanks for asking questions, Manisha, and all those people who had asked me. And I'm happy. Anirudh sir, thank you very much for starting the whole thing. And I am sorry I couldn't give you a chance to, if at all you want to say something, you can also. All right, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all. Shall I stop here? Thank you. Jay sir, shall I stop now?
Uh,
Yes.
Any questions coming from anyone? No? Yeah. Richa ma'am?
Yes, sir. You can.
Yeah, I can leave.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, don't hesitate to say I will leave, madam. Thank you so much. All right, madam. I hope I had set the tone, and it is. I'm sorry you are still one more hour. All the best, madam. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Thank you, Jayesh sir. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.